In this lecture, we're going to enhance our workflow in order to check the calendar availability for tomorrow and compose a contextual email available in the draft folder for us. So let's go and see how this is done. So you may have seen this workflow a little bit enhanced, like a lot of more nodes. When I arrived here, I realized that there is some simplicity that we can bring in here. Therefore, we'll go in this format. So like literally this advanced section that you may have seen, it had a little bit more nodes. Now it's much simpler. So first thing we will need to do is like add a new element here, which is going to be another AI agent, which will check the calendar entries. So now we have two routes. If the quality of the lead is good, like 8+, we're going to send a Slack notification and we're going to do something else. Before doing that, I would like to disable the Slack notification by selecting it and then pressing on D. That deactivates this node, and also this one, D, because I don't want to keep receiving Slack notifications each time I execute. So there is one more feature called pin. So this feature allows you to pin a piece of information on that node. That means like if it's pinned, it will not fetch data from Google Sheets all the time. Now I have this so far in a situation where I can add some prompts here, some chat model and some tool calling in order to get exactly the amount of, or the 3 available slots for tomorrow. So we're gonna click on chat model and put OpenAI here. The default models are okay. And then I will add one more thing in here called the tools, Google Calendar. From Google Calendar, the good thing is because it's a tool inside an AI agent, I can choose what I want. I'm gonna get multiple events, so get many. And then from here, which calendar? The calendar that I have authenticated before. Now from the two information here, I'm gonna let AI decide on this. So because I'm gonna do certain workflows there, I can do that. Or I can leave exactly what was already in place, which was the 2 values from right now to next week and so on. Anyways, so we put that information in here, and then the output of this AI agent needs to be structured exactly as we have done it here. And that structure will come from this particular output format. And we're going to add that information from the output structure that I have in the other agent. I'm going to just paste it right here. This is a piece of information that you can share in that Google Docs that you have shared with your participants. Now, it's almost there. We need to add some prompts. So going to the AI agent in here, you need to change the prompt to define below. You can copy and paste this piece of information there. Make sure that it is an expression, not fixed, because we have this variable used here. And then there should be also a system prompt. You can also share this piece of content using Google Docs, and this is the system prompt for this one. It's basically just English specifying what needs to be done in order to execute this. Now, the idea is that if I execute this, it will run and it will give me 3 available slots for tomorrow. If I double click this, you can see now it's giving me those 3 available slots on my calendar. Indeed, I'm busy until 10:45. After 10:45, it picked the 3 other available slots and it's ready for going to the next level, which is going to be creating an email. Now, in order to create that email, like literally this part is for creating the email, we need to check something, another if condition, if there is no slot available, what should I do? And in order to do that, I'm going to give a quick example of how this needs to be done. The if condition still stays the same, so I'm going to put an if condition. This time, it's a different if. The if here is based on the output that came from here. So this is a small little concept of programming called array. An array is, if you go to JSON, from here you can know it's an array. And the check of this if is going to be this array, and it is not empty. What is the value of that array? It's going to be this output. So if you drag and drop this, it means that if this array or this list of available slots is empty, then that's the false thing. If it is not empty, that means there is an availability of the slots. So I'm going to name this condition as availability found. If there were availabilities of the calendar, then only I can create an email for this particular follow-up. In order to create an email, I need another AI agent. So I'm going to type AI agent in here. And this is the easy part. We have done it in the very basics of AI agents. So I'm going to define the workflows below. Again, a copy paste of the entire workflow. So you get all the data. So this is a very simple JavaScript that checks the availability and puts all of those fields in place. And also the system prompt so that it can sign the email based on the provided signature and so on. So now we have done this. We have to add OpenAI as a chat model. And also there is a particular output structure needed in here because we need to put the email address from another source or another stage. Therefore, we need output structure. So let's go to here, turn on the output parser, add an output parser, paste this JavaScript object that's basically in this format. This is what AI agent will produce. And then in the next step, we're going to generate a draft email. So it's going to be create a draft. Those are all fine. The subject is going to come from this AI agent 2, which is not yet executed. We'll execute in just a minute, this particular one. If I execute this, there is one small error here. Let's put just something there to let the workflow execute. And then we'll remap it with the produced values from this AI agent. So it should produce based on that output structure. Now you can see it produced the right output. Now in this one, I'm gonna replace this text with subject. And then this message with the email body from here. Now, I also want to add the email too, because I have it from the other workflow. You can also change it to schema to see all of them at once. You already have it here, the email address of the person. So I want to also add that one. This is the reason I want to add this particular one. So now if I execute this entire workflow in one go, you can see that it not only will send me a Slack notification if it's not disabled, but it will also check all the calendar availabilities, and it will create a simple draft email, which we can have a look at on this screen. So the last one was produced a minute ago. If I open it, I can see it is generated like this, but this particular email is not an HTML email, therefore the HTML tags are not rendered. So we can go and quickly change that setting from right here. It's a text email type. We're going to make it an HTML and rerun the entire workflow. This workflow will basically generate all the intended steps, and we should receive a new email with a proper HTML format. So sometimes there we go. Now this email is contextually producing all of this data with these 3 slots that came from our calendar. Basically, with this, you arrived at the end of the hands-on practical session. Then this is the time when you go to your slides, and then you basically arrive at the end of, I'm gonna just go with the flow here. So this is gonna be the coffee break. So you will release the crowd for going for a coffee break. And then once everyone is back from the coffee break, then you will apply this group activity about which we're going to talk in the next lecture.